Hello and welcome to another episode of Crypto Disruption. My name is Tommy.
And I'm Tracy.
And tonight, we're really happy to have you guys with us tonight. We're going to announce the winner of our $25 free Ethereum contest. We have some other news to cover, and we have the markets to look at as well. Yesterday, markets were green. We did a little bit of a happy dance. Today, they're back in the red. It's not a complete and total dump. If we just look at the Bitcoin chart here, these are pretty flat right here. So I'm still optimistic that we can turn this around and we can have an upward movement. But, unfortunately, we are kind of back in the red.
But not unlike I said, that I did see that there'd be another probable drop coming. And I don't feel like this one's going to be a long one. I think some of it, of course, is related to certain news that's been going around, and some of it's because of all the mainnet launches. So there's a lot of things happening right now.
Yeah, so real quick market cap, we are at 322 billion with a Bitcoin dominance of 39%. And before we forget,
seriously, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Click the red button to make sure that you end up getting more of our awesome faces on a regular basis.
Definitely. And remember, we have social media out there too. So, follow us on Twitter.
And I've gone ahead and burned my crazy banned troublesome account. And I'm just going to go ahead and go with my actual Twitter. So you'll find me on Twitter at Tracy Butcher. And
Tracy A. Butcher.
Yeah. And you'll see my beautiful face. And feel free to get on there and we can have conversation that way too.
Yeah, definitely. So follow us or follow Tracy. We got both Twitter accounts and we just kind of go through those as well. We're also on LinkedIn for any companies out there. So, if you're at a company or something like that, we do also have an account on LinkedIn.
I was super excited. We put our little teaser out there for you guys. So if you haven't seen it, go take a look. We are talking about the really awesome interview we've got coming up. And
for Genesis Vision.
They were so kind to authorize us to do that 10 token giveaway. Yep. So I'm really excited to do that and to share that with you guys.
Yeah, so we will be having an interview. We will be recording an interview with the CEO of Genesis Vision this Friday morning. It'll take us a little time to edit it and everything like that. But when we put the interview out, they have authorized 10 of the GBT tokens to be given away as a contest for that interview as well.
And we've already gotten some really great questions, and I'm excited to continue to get some more and to share that with them.
Yeah. So if you have questions around Genesis Vision, go to the little teaser video we put out there. Put the questions in the comments. We already have a lot of questions in there, so go ahead and fill them up. We'll compile them together, and we'll see how many of those we can ask him and get some clarification.
Just to remind you guys, we cannot discuss things that are absolute when it comes to price and stuff. So I do appreciate the questions, and I know that you guys want to know that, but we are not authorized to ask those specific questions.
Yeah. So when we're working with a lot of these companies, things that are kind of not allowed to be asked or the CEOs just cannot jump into is price speculation and exchanges. They can't tell you what exchange they're looking at or if they're about to get on an exchange. That's all kind of insider. They're not allowed to disclose that. And obviously, they're not going to speculate on price because that puts them in a very bad position.
Right.
So all other questions, feel free, to put in there and we'll try and compile them. But just so you know, if we get five questions in there, what exchange, or when moon, obviously those are questions that
when Lambo, when Moon, I cannot answer it, and I'm pretty sure they can't either.
Yeah, so none of the CEOs of any of the projects that we interview would be able to answer those questions. But put good, relevant questions about the projects in there.
And we've gotten quite a few.
Yeah, we've gotten quite a few. Those are the type of questions that will give you an idea of when Moon and when Lambo.
Right. You gotta add and subtract a couple of things, and you're gonna take from it what you will. But the cool thing is, we get to do that for you, and that's why we say subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.
Definitely.
Keep bringing you more awesome interviews.
Yep. So, all right, let's take a quick look at, we looked at the market cap. The volume is 16 billion. Volume seems a little lighter today. Maybe I'm just seeing that wrong, but it looks like it's a little bit lighter. Bitcoin dominance is going up. I don't like to see that because, when you see the Bitcoin dominance go up, typically that means the altcoins are somewhat falling. People are selling out of the altcoins. They're going back into Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is sitting at about $7,300, almost $7,400. Ethereum is at $558. Again, a really good time to get in.
Using fiat currency.
Yes, yes. Not a financial advisor.
Definitely not.
Not a financial advisor. But yeah, as we've been saying lately, the stance that we're kind of taking right now is if we're investing right now, we are putting fiat currency in. We're not doing sideways trades because one, it doesn't help the market at all, and two, you're probably upside down on some of these projects, and so it's really not worth it unless the project's just gone. All right, so one thing exciting, we're going to touch base on this also at the end of the video, but just to remind you guys, the Tron Mainnet launch will be streaming live. They go live in 26 minutes. So, if you're interested in that, if you're a Tron holder, I do hold some Tron. So if you're interested in seeing what will happen with that, about 26 minutes from now, Mainnet is supposed to...
I'm really excited for this because they really hyped it up, and I like the title, A Call for Independence, so I'm hoping there'll be some really cool stuff going on.
Yeah, so we'll give you a reminder of that at the end of the video too, just so you don't forget. All right, let's jump into some news, and then towards the end of the video, we're going to go ahead and do our randomizer and see who won.
Hey, Adela.
Hello. All right. Big threat to Korean exchanges. Chinese capital floods the Korean crypto markets. All right. So what's happening here? Well, we all know China kind of cracked down on the ICOs and they cracked down on the exchanges. So the threat to Korea is that, Korea is a big crypto market. And now all these exchanges in China that were shut down are moving to Korea and reopening there. And so the fear is that the Korean crypto markets are going to become overrun with the Chinese exchanges, and it's going to kind of outweigh
imbalance in that particular market.
So it's something to watch. It's something to keep an eye on and see, does it affect the market and how does it?
And my hope is this is more fear conjecture than an actual issue, but I guess only time will really tell. Hi, Adela. Always good to see you.
June 16th, June 13th. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. June 13th is the next important day for cryptocurrency market. On June 13th, the SEC is going to hold an investor conference in Atlanta, and it looks like cryptocurrencies might be on the docket. It says it's an informal discussion. So,
but they are holding it in a town hall format, which is good for people because it does give some people the opportunity to speak. And if you are in the area, it's not a bad time to go in and maybe ask some of those questions.
Yeah, and we've seen this before, so I do somewhat expect, before I had said I expect, I'm kind of expecting June to have a little bit of a run. I do think, though, this first half of June, while this is out there and an unknown, whenever the SEC mentions cryptocurrency, it seems to have a bit of a toll on the market. My hope is that the 13th will come and go. Nothing big is going to change. And then, again, we're going to have a little bit of a run.
This is my not happy face. Every time I hear the word SEC, I'm just like,
Yeah.
So
here, a funny story.
Okay, so we can't miss the hilarious John
McAfee.
John McAfee announcements. Sorry about that. So apparently John McAfee has announced a crypto-backed fiat currency, which is redeemable for FaceTime with him. The currency apparently will allow you to sit one-on-one with John McAfee, and he does endorse this on Twitter. So unfortunately or fortunately, this is not a spoof story. And it does go on to say within the story that you would have to meet him at an as of on yet disclosed location in Mexico between the hours of 1 p.m. and 3. There will then receive a date, time, and location. So this is sort of like 007 or, I Am Legend. I'll be here every day. I mean, it's kind of out there, but I don't expect anything less from John McAfee.
I said it before, and I'll keep saying it. McAfee's crazy.
That McAfee's crazy.
McAfee is just crazy.
In the best way, John. We appreciate you.
So yeah, supposedly these are going. This is like low res.
So I don't know if you guys can see this currency, but it's definitely McAfee currency.
I don't know. Is he planning a coup?
I mean, if anyone's going to, it could be him. I really think it's pretty funny, but not in a haha, this is like stupid way. It's just I never know what to expect from John McAfee, and I do honestly, and I kid you not, go to his Twitter every day because the shit is hilarious.
It really is. I'm thinking
he has become a comedian nowadays, Adela. I don't know. I mean, I think honestly, he just found something, and sometimes his speeches are cool and they're inspiring, and other times I'm just like, oh shit, really?
I'm wondering, it goes back to that tweet that you saw a couple weeks ago where he said, we dosed our cook with psilocybin. And I'm just wondering if the cook might have got him back.
I'm not even know. Like, I read that many times thinking to myself, this has to be a joke, right? But, it's John McAfee, and the fun thing about him is you really never know.
Just never know what the hell he's going to do.
But kudos, John. Right? You have created a never-ending supply of what the hell is going to happen next with John.
We should make like a bit called like McAfee's World or something
like that. What the hell's going on with John? Or in other words,
John?
What would John do? Things you should probably not.
So it's going to be printed on currency paper. It's going to have holograms on both sides.
It is legit. I mean, not a joke paper.
And linked to the blockchain. So
I think that's kind of cool in application, though. I mean, if he does that and it does link to the blockchain, I guess it could also lead to other applications.
Maybe it could lead to, currency. Yeah, I mean, the U.S. dollar isn't linked to gold anymore. Maybe it could link to fiat, more fiat being linked to crypto, which I guess.
I dig the picture. This is a really interesting move. I always love seeing what you're up to.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on from McAfee because we could just talk about the crazy antics all night.
So a cool story. I have not looked into this thoroughly or tested any of this out, but apparently a new blockchain app for quick identity verification that's supposed to help protect users from Blockpass.
Blockpass is the name of the company.
So apparently it's supposed to.
It helps you. So when you sign up with banks or when
of constantly confirming who you are to each new application can apparently be bypassed with Blockpass.
So if it works, that's really cool because it is a pain in the ass. The first billionaire that is unprecedented on his tweets. Love to see his tweets. I agree with you. So many of them have a stick up their ass.
Well, and in today's world, there's so much negative crap you could constantly dig through and find. And I know no matter what happens, I can go to McAfee's Twitter, and there's just something I never would have expected right there.
Yeah.
But this was a really cool thing. If it works, the only thing that I personally, and you guys, if you share the concern, what are you gonna do? If you share some of the same concerns I do, and I'd love to hear what you think, is having everything in one place. I get a little nervous when it comes to my finances. So I do hope this is workable because it would be very nice to have that option.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Chinese president publicly endorses blockchain as leading technology revolution.
So President Xi Jinping. Apparently, and we saw a little story earlier about a different aspect, so are they connected? I really don't know. But he recently highlighted the considerable potential of blockchain technology and the way that it could actually shape the technology revolution. So I like to see positive statements from leaders of big countries such as China, and I think this is another positive move towards the overall adoption.
Oh, yeah, hopefully this is a step in Chinese in China somewhat loosening those regulations and being so strict about cryptocurrency. So we'll have to see where it goes. All right. Well, as to not really compete with Tron Mainnet,
we gotta get there and wrap things up. But we definitely are looking forward to
Might
That
not be able to
sucks.
hear you because I have a computer that
I'm
has no
excited
sound.
about the Genesis Vision interview, and I can't wait to share with you. I think we're at that time where it is time to select our winner for the $25 worth of Ethereum.
Yep, let
You
me
guys
go
ready?
ahead. Well, hold on. Let me pull it up real quick. I thought I had this already, and I need to go here, and I need to grab the URL real quick. And so you can keep talking about the news or whatnot.
Or we could all have a conversation continuing about John McAfee. Today has been full of a lot of news when it comes to our mainnet launches, and the mainnet launches still to come. So I really would love to hear the stories that we touched on today. Feel free to share your thoughts and ideas about what you've heard or things you would like to hear about.
It. So let's go ahead and see who is the winner.
You guys ready?
All right, let's go through these.
All right.
Winner, FN Studio subscribe me, and there is no address, so we're going to pick another winner because you didn't put your address in there.
Okay, I hate to see that happen. Next time, please put your address. Put your address.
All
right.
Yes,
Rafid Tarek.
Although the bears are in charge of the market right now, but I think the market going to rebound in the upcoming weeks.
Awesome.
I think so too.
Rafid Tarek, if I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize. Congratulations on your $25 of Ethereum.
And we will be sending that off to you very shortly.
Guys, if you won any of our different contests, let us know maybe what you've done with some of your Ethereum. Did you put it to work for you? Did you keep it in Ethereum? What's going on with that Ethereum? I'd love to know how that worked for you and maybe what you've done with it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we're going to sign off for the night, and we're going to get that Ethereum off to them.
We're going to go watch that Tron live stream.
We got the Tron live stream kind of right here, so it's got about 15 minutes left in it. And as for night, since this is our third video today, we are going to go ahead and call it a night, and we will be back with you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening, and trade responsibly. Stop streaming.